Hi, welcome back to Dina Cruising Through Life. I hope you're having an amazing day. I have received some questions regarding solo travel. Let me get to the first one, the main one, is do you get lonely? Yes, I get very lonely. But not till towards the end. Usually I'm so excited when I'm going. I've planned all this big vacation or planned my time, or if I'm going a couple days early for like a work thing and I got things to do. Yes, I'm going, having a good time. But right towards the end, I think it's because I know I'm getting ready to come home. I'm like, I need to get home, see some family faces, get a hug. Yeah, so you get lonely towards the end. I do, at least. Another question I get is, do you fear traveling solo? Like, what's kind of been my scariest moment? So, my scariest moment, I didn't actually figure out how to unlock and lock my door in Rome to the apartment I was renting. When I got to the apartment, I was freaking out. I sat down on the stairs that were right outside the door. I tried everything. I didn't know what I was doing. I was panicking. I was also hot and tired. And I was like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? I was getting ready to call the Airbnb or do a WhatsApp message to the Airbnb host, and then all of a sudden a nice person came up that was I guess another apartment person, and of course they're speaking Italian, and so I'm just like, can you I'm showing the key, and anyway, showed me how to get in. I said, look, it's not working, and he literally turned it the other way and it opened. I felt so stupid. But, very scary moment. I was so tired that I didn't even realize how scary that could have been if that had been the wrong person that came up those stairs and I asked for help. So, I usually am not like that at all. I am so on it. I'm like, pay attention to my surroundings. I act like I know where I'm going. I know what's going on. I usually do complete like checks of everything. And I just made a mistake. And those little mistakes can cost you dearly. So that has been one of my scariest moments. And probably a big fear. But I'll be more cautious in the future, which will really help me. So another thing is traveling solo is a question was, how much baggage is really realistic for a solo traveler? Well, no matter if you're traveling solo or by yourself, it better be something that you can carry on your own. Don't overpack. Just, you're gonna have to carry it. And if you're going with others, don't make other people responsible for your stuff. I guess if it's your spouse or your partner or something, that's different. I guess you can rely on them, but you really need to just rely on yourself. So don't overpack. That's what I believe. You just need to make sure that you're not inhibiting yourself to where you are gonna feel burdened down with things. Also, because I had an extremely long layover in Amsterdam, and I had a delay in Phoenix one time for hours. Not like 24 hours, but it was a long time. And if you're carrying stuff, you've got to watch that. You got to take it to the bathroom with you. You got to take it to get something to eat. You got to dry it everywhere. So just make sure that you're not overburdening yourself with unnecessary things in your bags. That's another thing with traveling all together, but solo travel especially. So I learned that the hard way, because I did take like a carrying kind of case, and I probably should have taken just a smaller, and I should have just pared down a lot of stuff. I just had way too much. You know, first time going, you tend to overpack slightly. Never again. So another question I got was, how comfortable do you feel when you have to go into a restaurant or something, or in the dining room on a cruise ship, and ask for a single seat? If you're going to sit alone, and how comfortable are you eating alone? I'm very comfortable eating by myself. I'm not self-conscious about eating with others. I've done that, but if I'm going to be filming and talking to myself or a camera and picturing my food and all that, I just feel like it's so much better to be on my own, at my own table, and I am not uncomfortable doing that. And I'll tell you why. Way before social media, so it was in the 80s or 90s, I used to go, my quiet time basically was to go and have lunch by myself and then go to a movie. And I would just sit there, I had a magazine or a book, and I would read, and I would have my meal, and then I'd go to a movie by myself, and that was like quiet time. And I loved it. So doing it now is pretty much no different. And I really do enjoy it. So I do not have a problem with that at all. If you feel like a little uncomfortable, like people looking at you like, oh, look at them, they're alone, da da da, or they're constantly, you know, come on over and sit with us type thing. I mean, engage if you want to, if you feel comfortable with that, but don't, I don't feel uncomfortable sitting by myself and having a meal. I actually think it's peaceful to actually be in my own thoughts. At the time it was nice quiet because my kids were little, and I was like, this is great. I don't have to talk to anybody. And I was talking to my daughter-in-law yesterday, and we were talking. She said, I'm so mentally exhausted from my job, I just literally don't want to talk with anybody. I'm just like exhausted from it. And I said, I get it. I was there, I'm still there. You get home and you just want to zone out. You don't want to hear anybody because you've been talking, or you've been talking on the phone, or you've been dealing with work people, or in my case there's students and stuff. And so I just like the quietness and the peacefulness of it, and I don't have any issues with doing that all on my own. It's the best. It's the best. Being alone is not the same as being lonely. So just remember that. So the last question I got basically was, am I an introvert or an extrovert? Because I do solo travel. And so it's kind of like a, you know, it's very ironic to do solo travel. So here you are, solo, which is like your introvert part, and travel, going out and doing all these things and meeting people and stuff. That's like your extrovert, right? So a few people have asked, like, what, like, you're here and there, like you can do this and that, and we see you talking with people, but then you're kind of sitting by yourself, and how does that all work in your head? Well, basically, I have, my background is in psychology. So years ago, I took a test, and I was told I leaned toward extrovert. About 4 years ago, maybe 5 years, I took another, like a newer test, because obviously that other one was probably in the 90s, and it said that I was an introvert. And I'm like, I don't really know if I can label myself either way. I have days where I don't want to talk with anybody. I want to sit on my couch, I want to watch TV all day, or I'll get up and I won't even like put makeup on. I'll throw some sunglasses on, put my hair in a pony, and I'll just go walk around the mall, or I'll just go have lunch by myself, or, you know, whatever. I'll just go wander. or I'll sit in my room. Then there are days when I want to be around people and I want to do stuff, and I'll go into some little festival or I'll go do something. I don't think we have to be one thing or another. And with solo traveling, I find that it pleases both or all of me. It pleases the part that says, I want to take a long nap in my cabin and eat dinner by myself. And then pleases the part that says, I see a whole bunch of ladies out on the dance floor on the cruise ship and I'm gonna go and join them. So I just love that. I love that you don't have to be one or the other or anything. So all these tests and these fangled things, even being, you know, in psychology, I just think that it's malarkey. Sorry. It just doesn't make sense. I think everybody has their moments, and it's who you're comfortable with and who you want to be around. And I can literally have a conversation with anybody, and I love it. But when I'm ready to walk away and be in my own thoughts, I like that too. So introvert or extrovert, I just don't think I'm either. And I always say, just call me Dina. Don't call me sweetie, baby, honey, love. Don't do that. I don't get it. Just call me Dina. And usually I'll tell people, just call me Dina. It's okay. I gotcha. So next month, I'm actually traveling solo for work to a conference though, so I have to talk to people. Then I have my cruise, my family, and then I go solo cruising in January. So who knows? I'm sure I'll meet people on there, get to know them, have a good time. But introvert, extrovert, who cares? Take care. Have a great day.